Hey guys, how y'all doing? And welcome to Scott Canada Horsemanship. So I saw a post on Facebook. Basically, it was about making sure that our horses were able to stand for the farrier, were able to lead safely with us, and were able to go into a trailer safely. So, and I agree, all those things are very important. But the one thing that I kind of saw this post to mean was that the training is that we're kind of just relying on the training that the horse has. And the problem with that is that horses are still unpredictable, and the best trained horses can sometimes still have issues. So what we need to do is bring our level of horsemanship up. Okay, so our first deal is obviously we have to catch her. Just a few minutes ago, she really didn't want to have anything to do with us. She was kind of walking away, and she saw the halter and kind of wanted to walk away, because sometimes they see these halters and they know what's happening and they really don't want to have any part of that. So what I'm going to do is just apply light pressure to her. Again, we haven't not done much with her on this. I don't want to scare her. This is our first kind of an introduction to raising the level of our horsemanship. And I think probably the biggest thing is awareness. It's being aware of what she's going to tell me, how she's going to be talking to me, while I just go try to put the halter on her. So I'll walk towards her, and I'm going to be looking and reading her what she's telling me. I don't really want to walk right up to her and put the halter on her. I want her to come to me. If I can start there, if I can start where her mind is walking towards me, then we're going to be a whole lot better off. So I look at her and I watch her head and I see what she's doing. She looks around, um, but she's not moving her feet away just yet. She very well could, but she'll probably come back here and she'll start wondering what I'm doing. And if I can get that, I'm going to take a step off and I'm going to kind of take that pressure off of her and let her come up to me. And then I'm just going to rub on her and let her know that being here with us is a pretty good deal. So she thinks, oh, we're going to put that on again. Same deal. If I go right now, as soon as she turns away, I try to kind of catch her to put this halter on her, then she's just going to get on the defensive side. All I'm going to do is just kind of swing this and get her hip to step around and just add a little pressure. And as soon as she turns and looks at me, I'll take a step back. I'm going to see what she's going to do. See, she has a choice. She can kind of think about going over that way, or she can think about coming this way. These are things that we have to be aware of, so that, because we're controlling her mind, we're setting it up for her to make it that this is the most comfortable place. And I don't mean like it's not as uncomfortable as it is out there if she's going around. If I was to chase her around, I'd create more energy and make her more uncomfortable compared to being uncomfortable here. I'm talking about a place where she can always come to be safe, to be um, understood, and that's that awareness part that we're talking about. So just by moving this around, she might walk off again, and that's real common. You probably see that. We move the lead rope around and they think, oh boy, I'm going to have to move because it's getting ready to start. So not a big deal. I'm going to let her make these choices and let her make these mistakes. And just talk to her and let her know that I'd rather have her come back here. So she's already telling me she's getting worried whenever I pick the halter up, whenever I pick the rope up or try to do something and change it. I have to get this on my shoulder or drop it on the ground. And I could throw it up on her neck and put it around her neck and hold her here while I put the halter on. But that's forcing her to stay here. So at this point, she has, she really accepted the halter. She didn't try to fight. I didn't try to chase her around. to put this thing on her. She steps a little close, or gets a little bit close. This is something that we'll address here in the round pen. But right now, I'm not too worried about it. That's our first introduction to just making our horsemanship better, is being aware. If I have to come in here and chase her around, or try to catch her, you know, get her in a corner and try to get this halter on, we're already starting off on a bad deal. Okay, now that we've got Bella in the round pen, there's just a couple things I want to work on. I'm going to work on the respect and the trust, and I have to see kind of which one is lacking here. Same thing, I could run her around here and chase her around, you know, maybe I can get some respect that way. So unfortunately, that type of respect comes with a price tag, and that is we lose trust. I don't want to be in the middle here chasing her around and she's looking at me as I'm a predator. I'm not a predator, I'm the leader, but I'm going to be the place where she's going to want to be, where she knows that she's not going to be hurt, she's going to be safe. I start with just a flag to see what kind of response am I going to get. This is kind of me going to be evaluating. Anytime I come in with a horse and I want to evaluate that horse and see where are they. I've got her attention. We've got her looking over here. She's licking and chewing. I've got the flag out. She's looking at me. She's aware of me. And my job is to go, okay, I want you to keep that. This is what we want to start with. But I don't want her looking at me and being worried that I'm going to be the one that's going to hurt her. That would be the last thing I want. So I'll just look at her here and see what she does. By taking that little step off to the side, can sometimes draw them either towards us or away from us, depending on where the horse's mind is. See, everything I'm going to do today with her is I'm going to give her a choice. And I'm going to be looking and recording in my mind which choices is she taking. I'm not going to if I force something to happen, or if I'm trying to get in here and force it to happen, I'm not thinking about giving her any kind of an option. I'm just trying to make something happen. I'm going to just set it up to let things happen so that I can watch and see how she responds through the choices. Now I'm going to watch her and she's got a choice. She's either going to move off, or she's going to turn and start looking back at me. So this is the very first thing that I want to do, is I'm going to see how easy does she come back to me mentally, not physically, mentally. That's our first thing. That's our first awareness skill, is to get these horses to connect with us, get them to look at us without fear. Once I can steadily or pretty easily get the attention, then we'll start to move the feet. I'm going to give her a choice. You see that I'm always going to leave an opening for her. I'm never going to corner her. I want to teach her how to not go into flight, but I don't want to take it away from her. So she's watching me, she's keeping an eye on me, but I don't really see that she's keeping an eye on me in a bad way. I'm doing two things here. By not going up towards her, I'm letting her trust me and letting her make that decision to come to me. And at the same time, I'm asking her to keep her attention on me, which is building the respect. So we're actually building both at the same time. And I look to see how easy can I do that? How easy can I get her to keep her attention on me? And I might just move a little bit. Anytime she goes to eat something, I'll just move a little bit. But this whole time I'm evaluating her. I'm looking at her. I'm seeing, is she anxious? Is she shut down? You know, is she got everything internalized and just ready to jump out of her shoes? But she's pretty calm. I kind of like where she's at. So she's walking away, and I'm just going to keep a slight pressure on her. and say, you know what, you're trying something, it's just not the right thing. She was saying, I think I need to walk away to get away from this. But when they're maybe not as respectful and they're just kind of like they don't care about us, then I might have to put a little bit more pressure on to incentivize them just a little bit more to want to look at us and stick with us. And I'm going to be real persistent with this. The persistency is what's going to build the leadership. Every time I kind of come around here, I'm giving her a choice. She can leave, or she can kind of turn around. If she leaves, it's all right, I'll just follow her gently. There she goes. And we got a lick and chew there, so that's pretty nice. We're not putting so much on that she's getting confused, but we're putting enough on that she understands that I'm asking her something. This is what I'd like her to do. Yeah, I'm going to take that was a really nice try, so I'm just going to turn away from her because we got some steps coming forward. I could push her around here and make her run around this round pen, and pretty quick she'd be looking to come in, but again, that's the lesser of two evils. I need her to want to be here all the way deep inside her conscious mind, that this is the best place, that you can always trust us. So I like that she kind of turned and is following up just a little bit. She's still keeping herself in a spot where she could always leave if she wanted to. So her follow-up is all, you know, it's not great yet, but that's all her decision. Everything that we just did was made it her decision to come over here. This is awareness, guys. This is what brings our level of horsemanship up. The quicker you can go in and evaluate a horse and know where they are mentally, the safer we're going to be. So the mistake is, I think, that most folks make is that they would push really hard right there when the horse made the wrong choice. And the idea is to let her make the mistake. It's okay. The more she makes the mistake and then she can find the right answer, that's her. That's going to be a reward for her. That's going to build confidence in her. Very nice. That's what I'm looking for. So I never once asked her really, like, I'm not going to come and do the dog thing and go, oh, come here, come on over here. I want her to just build that part of her brain that says she needs to always be paying attention to what I'm doing, because we need that when we're up on her back. She needs to, again, we're not perfect, but we're going to work towards perfect every day till it becomes as close to perfect as possible. This is our next deal, is how easy can I move her feet? How easy can I move her away? I don't want to have her disconnect mentally, but I do want her to move her feet. And I'm evaluating this. I'm seeing, is she paying attention to me, or is her head over the other side of the rail, you know, looking out somewhere else? There we go. That's our next awareness issue. We be aware when they're moving around. Are they staying connected with us, or are they just, you know, I've asked her to move and so she just disconnects and leaves. There we go. And we're going to end on this, but the last thing is that if I do all the work for her, right? If I come in here and I, you know, have to really push her to move her feet, or I have to push her to move away from me or to do whatever, and it takes a lot of energy, and I'm doing that work for her, she's never going to really learn how to do it herself. So I'm really happy with how she did here. I think it's made a big difference in her overall mental state, and we're just going to keep going with this. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, and all that. And we look forward to seeing you next time.